Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's our third of many runs here where we're doing first 40 turns. It's a new series that we started up today. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are as well. We're going to go through every civilization by country name, A to Z. And we're going to discuss the first 40 turns, all kinds of things from build orders and exploring and adaptation, dealing with barbarians, choosing where to expand to first, discussing possible districts at some points, and a lot of discussion of diplomacy, how to deal with your neighbors, things like that. Hopefully we'll provide just enough variety between these guys as we can. And variety means, for Australia, providing that coastal start bias and having fun. So we are going to move. We've already actually discussed this before. Hit the record button. To decide if this start was one we wanted to play. We have two beautiful tiles. Unfortunately, a whole bunch of ugly desert up here, which isn't great. Although it could provide a petra later on if there's a bunch of hills out here. Who knows? We'll find that out later. But we do see that there's a rice here that will provide us with 3 food city center. We'll step off the hill, which will be a nice place to provide production. And these two tiles right here to start are just gorgeous. So how do you not say yes to that? So definitely the rice makes sense as a start. We don't need the river. We don't need fresh water as Australia. The coast is perfect. Australia is, I would definitely consider Australia the most overpowering civilization, or one of them anyway, Monk. Germany is very powerful in certain circumstances. I think Russia is also very, very powerful in certain circumstances. So you always want to move, if you can, with your warrior to learn more information, just to make sure you're making the right decision. The rice is pretty much the right call, but we'll see what we can learn. If we step... I think we step to here because we can learn possibly more in this direction and that direction. If we step there, we're not going to learn anything there anyway. So we step to here, and we do learn this tile, and it's actually a lot of hill or a lot of mountains in this range. So there's going to be lots of appeal provided to you by those mountains, which is important to keep in mind because you do get bonuses for appeal. You want to keep your appeal very high as Australia because you get bonuses to your districts. And or a lot of your districts anyway. And then yeah, so the mountains are good. Beautiful campus is up in there, obviously. In fact, this is actually going to be in range for a gorgeous campus for your capital city. It's fantastic. So you're going to come over here. We've found another 2-2 tile, so that's actually really quite good. A couple more 2-2 tiles to work in that first city. You're gonna plop down there. We get our Europa for sailing because we found it on the coast, of course. And away we go. Now, we've discussed in the past about what to choose first. In this case, I'm going to go Scout because we're actually going to get to Pop 2 very soon. Because we have a 3-food city center and we're going to work a 3-food tile first, our growth is going to be very, very quickly, which is very nice. A new dynamic to our first 40 turns that we haven't seen yet. Scout in 6, then we'll go straight into a settler. Some people might say, hey, maybe you switch to settler after 4 turns to get it out. So you could do that, but if you did that, you would be sacrificing the knowledge that you would get from having the scout out there. And knowing where to put that second city is very, very important. Very, very important. So, yeah. Choose research. Open technology tree. We're going to go animal husbandry right away. Main reason for that is we can improve 2 tiles off of animal husbandry right there, right away, including our luxury, which is fantastic. So animal husbandry is going to be really, really good really quickly there. Can't complain at all with that. And off we go. Now we're going to want to go and grab that goodie hut. And keep moving our way down this coast. There's another nice tile. Yeah, it's good. Lixie, good point. Although we're not seeing pastures, which is the one downfall of this particular look so far, is we're supposed to have a pasture bias with Australia, and we're not seeing pastures, and that's unfortunate. Oh, wow. No words to describe how overpowering that is right there. Population on turn 3 when you're already going strong, like, that's insane. It's just off the charts. Pastures are very strong for Australia because it helps out with your you get, well, culture bombs from pastures, and it also improves your special tile improvement, the outback. So boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So lots of rivers, which is good. Good for appeal, and good for fresh water when you move inland off the coast. Keep in mind, of course, that coastal cities are good for Australia, so we're not afraid to settle on the coast nearly as much as we are with other civs. Lots of flat land, which is good for the outbacks. Not necessarily good for production early on, but the outbacks can solve those problems for you later. Now, isn't that special? Honored to meet you, and we would love to sample your hospitality. And their capital is, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles away from ours. Now, one important thing to note about Genghis Khan: very strong militarily, of course, but we're going to send him a delegation and try to keep him relatively happy. Actually, first impression of us is actually really good. We're going to try to keep him happy, and by not having a cavalry, we're going to satisfy his agenda. And he's actually quite easy to make friends with. I think every game I've ever played, I've always been quite easy to make friends with him, which is always nice, because when a guy's got his capital 7 turns away from you on deity, it's always nice to be friends. He's blocking our path. We're just going to step out here to gain some information, and then we'll head south. We're going to hope to get a city in here, I guess, and then hope to have lots. There's a river out here I can see. Potentially a city with an aqueduct there. I don't, there's other options. And of course the coast is not a bad thing for us as long as it's a nice coast in this area. And that's a good point. Obviously, as Australia, if he does happen to attack me, then production's through the roof, and it can actually work out in a huge advantage for us. But when somebody's that close, there's an argument to be made as Australia to not make friends with people. There is that argument to be made. If you don't make friends, then they get angry at you and they attack you. That's fantastic. In this case, in particular, being this close with somebody that's that strong militarily, I'm probably going to say it's a good idea to make friends. Plus, depending on the victory condition you're going for, in a culture victory, you always want to be friends with people, keep the open borders, and have alliances and trade routes and stuff like that. Is always improves your tourism and stuff like that. So that's, in that case. We're going to step across here. Now, look at this. We're almost pop 3 already. We're going to work on that settler. Look at this. 2 turns, we're going to move to that. So we're actually we're short on gold because of the delegation we sent. We can't buy one of those tiles. So we are actually going to end up working a 2-1 tile for, well, 1 turn, I guess, once we get to pop 3. But that's small price to pay for getting that population out of that goody hut. This is an amazing start. An amazing start. Moondoggy. I'm going to actually come up this way, away from him, and see if we can't find some nice coastal land to settle. Plus it's flat, so our scout's going to make up a lot of ground really quickly, and we'll see what we take a look at in this area. Not a particularly strong second city in this area, Not bad. I mean, you could grab a couple of these 2-2 tiles off of a start, maybe here. It wouldn't be a bad idea to grab that city before he does as well. But it won't be a strong city, so unless there's something amazing here. We'll want to take a look at the coast in each direction and decipher there. Oops. We'll keep on trucking. I'm gonna go to here and just get as much information as I can, and then I'm gonna cross here and go back up. So we've got our pathway. He's trying to find me. So because he's found me, also another very good reason. Being this close and having him found me, it's always very good to at least not have him upset with me. He is gone frowny face, despite technically he should be positive. Once we get to open borders, we can get that. Hopefully that's enough to get him satisfy his agenda. Is always going to help make sure we get there. Clearing bar butts, as we learned during episode 2 of this series, is also a good way to make friends. Helping bar putts in the area. We're going to continue to move quickly up to here. I actually want to see more of this coast right here, just to see what we've got. We have run into tundra, unfortunately. And this is kind of in the way of a good city. But a start out here, we're pretty much going to have to put a city there, right? There's no way you can get around putting a city there. So the decision is, where do you put it? A little bit of production out here. Obviously, we can get some quick growth and work lots of tiles. It's not going to be a great city, but you will get the turtles. Question is, where do you do it? Maybe you settle the wheat. Maybe you settle the marsh. Not a great city. Not a lot of great land yet. But, let's see. We're going to click next turn and see what happens. Step on that hill for information. Now here things are looking a little bit better. I definitely like the idea of a coastal city out here somewhere. In fact, I like a city on that hill right there. Grabs a bunch of nice tiles. Won't be a ton of growth. In fact, it'll be very little growth. But some good luxuries and tiles to work. And if we did that, we'd have to settle the wheat or down below in the marsh there. But options opening up. Anytime you can see more good tiles is better. More flat land. We've got a lake here, some fresh water. The coast will continue up there. Always nice to see Plains Hills next to fresh water. Not necessarily wanting to let her know where we are.
I am fond of pigs.
Animal husbandry is fantastic. Where did we see her? Oh, she's down there. Okay. Turn 10, we've met our second neighbor. I'm going to move in this direction. Because I want to... Oh, that's very nice to see, actually, too, as a river. So that's actually telling me that this coast is actually not too bad. I thought this coast could potentially be going like this. That river is telling me that it might actually be continuing this way and give us a few more options. Yeah, it's fantastic first city. Well, a really good first city. A really great start so far. But options for other cities is getting limited. You could potentially throw a city there. See what's going on around the other side. I mean, there's options creeping up, but there's not a great option for another city right now, unfortunately. I'm gonna go pottery to give us some options. Mining, that's a ways out. We could mine that for our third tile improvement. Let's go see what's going on here. So lots of plains, hills. We'll probably go here and there next. I'm gonna step on the hill. Some really nice dye tiles there. It'd be nice if they were 2-2 with faith instead of 1-2s and 2-1s, but better than nothing. And 2-2 tile up there's good sign for that coast. 2-2 there. Always nice to take a quick look at the settler lens. Looks like we're gonna have company there, and there's some pressure there. So it looks like we're going to be squeezed again to the top. So we're going to want to act quickly down here as opposed to up there, it turns out. I'm going to move there and there, and we'll work that way. Look at our continents lens. Okay. And next turn. Alright, so there you go. He's decided to put a city down there to the right. Going to make it really tough to settle in here now with that double whammy. Not necessarily that we can't, but it's going to be tough. Very squeezed in here. Turn 12. He's not getting any bonuses just other than being fortified, so we can go ahead and hit him. It's an even battle. 2 hits, a turn of heal or 2, then another hit or 2. Let's see what we can do here. There's a first meet on Yerevan, so that's interesting. It tells me that there's a good chance that this mountain range continues. We also see a mountain here, so this actually could be quite mountainous here. And it also tells me that there's a good chance there's nobody like here. So we might have some decent land opening up to our left, since we're getting squeezed here. So we definitely want to move there, and then we would have the options of later on moving there. We'll step to the coast, and then we'll grab that. Also a river here that we could actually settle on. There's enough tiles we could actually settle on that river, grab that 2-2 tile. The appeal from the mountains could actually be really, really solid. Could actually be really, really, really solid. Oh, I forgot. Yes, I forgot to make friends with Cleopatra. So, some other time. The curse of streaming and making videos and having other discussions. Sometimes you just forget to do things that you should have done. Should have sent her that. It's not a super big deal. She's not an immediate neighbor. If she decided to war me for some reason, then really just be good for me. Yeah, hopefully Yerevan or somebody gets attacked. Side note, by the way, I actually use 2 mods. One of the mods is an interface mod that you can see here. The other mod is to give city-states walls. Makes them much more relevant further into the game, which is great. Thing is, with Australia, it actually would be a bad idea to turn that off, because the city-states getting taken out is good for you, because that's more city-states to liberate. So they're less likely to get taken out when they have walls from the beginning of the game. So not a bad idea to do that. So we're at pop 3, settler in 2. That'll drop us down to a population 2 for a minute or 2, although we'll go right back up. We're working good tiles so far. If we get to when we get to pop 4, well, we're probably going to actually 6 turns. We should be fine on tiles. Next turn.
It is not wisdom.
Okay, so we get our bonus there, and Yerevan, the first meet on Yerevan, another thing I should have mentioned, gives you 2 faith in the capital. That's your free pantheon. You could work God King to get to it faster, give you a better chance at one of the ones you'd like. I don't necessarily subscribe to the fact that you need to do that or not. Depends. I love Goddess of the Harvest. She gives you a better chance at that. We don't have a lot of chops in this particular run as it appears, so that wouldn't be as advantageous. I'm going to go with the production. We've already got a really great city center. We're just going to compound that, create the synergy of that early population, early strong tiles, add even more production, and just stack that synergy and just keep pushing it hard for a really strong capital that will help us push to a really strong start and not worry about that. So we'll go with that. God Kings, if you want to push to a particular pantheon, is not a mistake at all. Something to consider here is making sure we get rid of this guy as quickly as we can, because he's going to come in and try and finish it off. It looks like one more hit does the trick, and he's going to be 2 turns from doing it. So we want to make sure we get the finish, which we should get next turn. I always say, unless you're going military super duper early and you need a Gogi, I always go foreign trade and try to get to early empire. Go ahead and grab that settler. Plus, it gets you, obviously, if you go quickly to one of these two, gets you your first envoy governor title. Not envoy. Gets you your first governor title, which allows you to get Magnus. Look there. We're going to grab our goody hut, which grants us a recon unit. Would have preferred a builder, but we'll take it. Also, possibility of sniping that. If they got that down to super low strength on the next hit, which they might take a chance at sniping it. Might just do it. So we have this extra scout, which is fine. It allows us to start scouting out here a little bit. Let's go ahead and just move like that, and then we'll have to wait. Looks like we're going to have to go around the mountain, but we'll start to be able to get that information. It'll also allow us to bring the warrior back to our area and protect against barbs, and push to the right. And hope for the finish. If not, we'll be very unfortunate. You know what actually we could do? Just popped into my head as I would do it. It actually is a good idea to step in his line and then do the attack. If for some reason, because we're a little bit lower energy here, or health, it's possible that we don't finish that. I think we will, but if we don't, he won't be able to get there in the next turn. It didn't matter. I think it was a pretty convincing win, actually. Pretty convincing, I guess. But in a case where we weren't going to get the victory and it was going to take 2 more hits, that was the strat. That was the strat. For sure. Okay, so we've gotten a quick settler. Now it's time for a little bit of adaptation to figure out, okay, what do we want to do? How do we want to do this? What's going to be our decision? Because we have such a powerful, in fact, we're already, even though it just popped, it still kept us at pop 3 because our food is so quick. In 7 turns, we're going to need another tile, but we're actually going to grow to it. Super quick monument is a great idea. Some people might say, you know what? Take advantage of this quick start. Turn 14 with a settler. Grab another settler real quick. Maybe take advantage of it. It's not a bad idea. Builder, of course, we have animal husbandry. We can get 2 improvements real quick. That's a bunch of extra gold. A second settler back to back isn't necessarily a bad idea. I wouldn't say don't do it. On deity, there's other things that I feel like I want to get. Like Henry just said, turn 14 and you get your settler out. Mind blown. Unbelievable stuff. That is a huge advantage. Getting that extra population, having strong tiles, such a huge difference. Versus turn 20, turn 22, sometimes with other runs. Unbelievable. So, I think, personally, the choice is between Builder and Monument. Monument is going to give us that boost on the Civics tree sooner. The Builder is going to compound the benefits of the early start with these strong tiles by providing us with more gold. The gold could lead to other things. So, you have to decide, do you want to hit that culture tree earlier, or do you want to hit the gold earlier? A little bit extra gold earlier, as well as you're going to need a luxury with your population going up this fast and getting a second city. As much as I like the idea of that luxury, you're really just getting 1 gold from the camp another 2 gold from, or sorry, 1 gold from each of the camps. They're both camps. I was going to say, I was thinking for a second one of them was a plantation, but it's obviously not. You're only really going to get an extra gold from each of them. And then, of course, you could potentially, if you wanted to, mine this. But all that's doing is giving you another 2/2 tile that you don't currently need. I feel, personally, like Monument's the way to go. By turn 20, we will have a settler and a monument. That's fantastic. Yeah, just the I just feel like an extra couple of gold is not as strong as that extra couple of culture that's going to help the civics tree. And that's why I say monument. Now, where to put this other city? I'm inclined to go here. That will make him upset, even though technically he should be happy. The forward settle will not please him, even though it's 3 tiles away from ours. But if we don't grab that, he might. And certainly, you know, that's a possibility. A settle over on this tile is solid, but it's a long ways around. You don't want to ruin the advantage you've gotten out of having an early settler by taking a long trip. You could also come out here. There's other options out here, but again, nothing OP. There is a 2/2 tile here and some faith. There's a possibility that there's something good here. This city's not amazing, but you will be able to push out to a couple of 2/2 tiles fairly quick and have a 3/1 food start, which is also nice. I feel like this is a solid place. I feel like this is a solid place to go. I don't mind this idea for a city as well, but it takes away the ability to do that city. So, I don't know. This city here still allows you to do this campus, and I think this is a +5 campus before your bonus. So, that's pretty amazing. And we're going to have another good campus there. I feel like that's the place to put the city. Possibility of an audible to over here if we see amazing stuff down here, which we'll find out in a minute. So my play on this is going to be to step to here and give us the option. I'm actually going to step to there and then work my way to this area. And if by stepping here, it gives me the option to divert over here if we find out the information we need in a minute. So we're going to step across there and see what these tiles bring us. And over here, it doesn't look like he's all that interested in hitting him that hard. So, I'm just going to continue to learn some really nice tiles here. Yerevan's kind of juicy with those truffles and some nice tiles here. But a city here, again, like I said, or actually, just a second. Yeah, that would be a tile you could settle as well. This is actually possibly even a better place because you'd leave the tree and you wouldn't lose it. You'd have to buy out to the 2/2, but you'd be scooping up potentially these 2/2s, and you'd be closer to that amazing campus. Yes, you would get the appeal. You get +3 for the appeal because it'd be breathtaking appeal. So that would be a +8 overall. Yeah, incoming horse if he doesn't get it cleared exactly. But he'd be the one to have to deal with it, right? Other than my scout would have to deal with the potential attack. We're going to keep on trucking. Try not to delay ourselves. We do want to keep these videos in and around an hour. Don't want to make them too long. I'm going to take 2 turns to get to that. I'm going to move here, here, there. Not seeing a lot to make me change my mind. Just the lack of 2/2 tiles is making me think, nah. Unit needs orders. I'm going to continue to work my way up to learn this. I'll step here, learn that, and then figure out what's going on in here as well. So, a lot of times you might think, oh, why don't you just keep going on the coast? This isn't much information you really need. But it actually is. It'll be nice to know exactly how good this city is going to turn out to be, and exactly what this campus could look like, and exactly if this is cut off or not. If he has access to go through here, then it's going to make me want to move on that faster. If this is cut off with mountains, there's not really an option for. He's not going to probably get to that before me. So it's information I actually do want to have. Oh, there's a bar pot right there. I did not hear that pop up for some reason. This guy's going to get the information we need. Wow. And now I'm thinking we might divert. Just as I was thinking we probably don't. I almost like a settle right on top of that silk. You've got 2/2 tiles you can move out to. I kind of like that. Excessive with more biddies. Thank you, buddy. Belling her up. And I'm actually going to move this way and get my warrior going because I need to get the hell back over here. Because that's going to be nasty. That guy's... Right now, he can't see me. He hasn't seen me yet, so that's good. It's decision time. Is this... I think I settle this before he does, and then that's city number 3. I feel like settling in this direction is the smart move, and then leaving this for later. Not way later. You don't want to lose anything. I think I continue to move in this direction and grab the settle. In which case, we cross over now, and we can settle next turn. He'll be back shortly to handle that cup. Oh, excessive. Handle my cup, buddy. Alright, we're going to step on that. And is not blocked off. And that's actually a really nice tile. He's got some nice tiles for that capital of his. Woo! It is not blocked off, which there is actually the possibility what you could do is stand on that marsh and not let him through. Because it's hills and stuff on each side, you can't get from here to there even with a 3-tile movement. So I actually am quite inclined to run interference there until I get my city there. I don't know. It's a possibility because he might be looking for a place to go. He might be getting squeezed to the south. That's why I kind of want to get this city built. Different options to consider. Different options to consider.
No man ever wetted.
We're going to go like this. We're going to plop that city down. It is a -1, unfortunately, right now, but we're going to be okay. And we are going to take that money that we've been saving up. And actually, just a sec. That's actually going to be our tile next turn. That city's going to need it. I actually don't mind working the 3-1 to start, but we're going to want this tile eventually. Might as well buy it while it's 50, because it's going to probably be 55 before long. So we're going to go ahead and grab that now. And that allows us to go monument. And we can work with the growth. I actually don't mind working the growth. 5 turns we're pop 2, then we're working both tiles right away. If you go with the production, it's 3 turns before you can work the second tile. I actually kind of like it. I actually kind of like the growth. Growth is nice. So I'm gonna work the 3-1. Then we can immediately, within 5 turns, we're working that extra tile. So can't get here from there. This guy, like I said, he is working his way back. I gotta hope that this guy doesn't step on this hill and discover me. Right now, because of the hills and stuff, he's not been able to discover me. He hasn't been able to see past. I'm hoping he doesn't step on top of there, because as soon as he sees me, he's going to jet back. This guy is going to learn information for me. Like I said, 2 nice tiles. I was thinking there, now I'm thinking here. Now I'm thinking there. Because it gives me both the river and the coast. That's amazing housing. I'll still be able to work this for the gold. I have plenty of room for districting back in here with the appeal, so I'm not really worried about that being in the way of districting. And I like this city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually maximum tiles from my capital, so there's actually going to be 0 waste there. I don't necessarily like to always keep my cities that far apart. I prefer 4 or 5, even 3, but it's still not going to waste any tiles. And it actually opens up the possibility of settling one of these 2 dies later on, depending on how that goes. And then we'll also continue to learn it here. We might have room for 5 cities down here, from here to there, 5 cities, and then potentially another 5 here. Like there's a lot of possibilities here, guys. There's a lot of possibilities. La 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 la. Let's go mining. This foreign continent has yet to be discovered. Kind of want to continue to discover the coast. It's dangerous letting this stay open. I kind of don't want to let him get through there. I think I'm going to... this coast, it'll be nice to know about this coast, but I got 2 or 3 other cities to settle before that coast becomes an issue in here alone, let alone these cities. So I'm going to stay there and run block, I think. It's an interesting choice. It's kind of a waste of the ability to explore, but if he happens to come through here and settle that city, then all of a sudden I've lost all of this coast potential. He settles that, this coast is gone. And I'm lucky to get 2 cities there and maybe a city here that I could aqueduct or something. Like, it really limits me if I let him through there. I'm gonna step through to get information for sure. But I'm gonna eventually, apologies. I'm gonna eventually I'll step to there, see what's going on, and then step back. He's still just standing there. Such a jerk. Gonna cross the river.
Never again can I gaze upon the beauty spots of the...
Boost to astrology. Hey, that also tells me that potentially there's a little bit of space here for me to work, because nobody's found that goodie hut yet. So nobody's really come up this way. Which also means we're first to discover that. So not doing too badly there. Way to bully the AI. Excessive, dealing with the cup with a couple of splooshes. Boom. Mixed up all the gray stuff with the soccer balls. It was so pretty. Not so much. Next turn. Gotta pick up the pace. We're not even at turn 20. We've been drooling over the start. We're not even getting a move on here. We're gonna want to get into that city center and heal up. We're gonna go grab this goodie hut. Boom. Early Empire. Oh, that's the boost to Early Empire, which we obviously didn't need because we're about to be pop 6 totals. So that was kind of a wasteful goodie hut. Even more biddies splashing all over the place. Thank you very much for that. Another city-state. It's Kabul. Okay, so Kabul's kind of blocking this off, and it kind of tells me that we're running out of land. Although that's potentially an island or something. Or maybe that just grows out there. A lot of potential out there. Potentially. Music sucks. One more for good measure. That's right, buddy. So that's interesting. That's interesting because that's potentially another city here before Kabul. That wasn't a first meet. The one first meet will probably be all we get. Now this is interesting. I was going to step on the truffles, but this guy, I don't know if I want him to learn about that. So I think I might just stand right there. You know what I'm saying? Next turn, let's keep it moving. She's not happy with me at all. Oh, now here is where trouble comes in. I gotta get that promotion. I need to go deal with that bar putt. He's heading back. I think you gotta go builder. We've got some tiles out here we can do. So we've got 3 tiles we can hit. In fact, I might actually even skip the deer for that 1 gold. I might do mine there. Hit the luxury, and then go hit this. I'm not going to catch him. I'm going to catch me. I'm not going to catch him. That's for sure. Let's go step on that hill and learn. We're going to have to clear this out, see what's going on. Abul. Alright. He is... Oh! Now that's nice. He's actually done us a favor. He's wandering around a little bit. An interesting debate here. Partial health I'm actually going to see if I can't block him. Because I was thinking about healing before I went off to take on the barbarians. But because he stepped there, I'm going to step right here. Oh, there's actually a barbarian right there. So that's actually really helpful as well. That explains why he didn't go back. Or sorry, a warrior from the other. So this is actually very interesting because he's not going to be able to actually move past me. He will actually probably go across the river. So we're actually going to be able to keep him from going and alerting. So that's actually good. I actually am going to catch him in this case. Kabul for an envoy is a galley and a spearman. So galley can get done for sure. Loyalty is not going to be much of an issue here. That population, our populations are going to grow very fast. We'll be able to handle that very, very easily. Let's continue to move across here and learn. There's another goody hut. Let's hope it's better than the last. What would be nice is a builder, because we got all kinds of stuff that we can work on right now. Oh, baby. Next turn, another warrior on looking to flex, and another warrior there. Could be a lot of trouble. Could be a lot of trouble. Could be a lot of trouble. Step there to learn now that that scout's gone. Okay. Information learnt. Boom. 75 gold is nice because I might have to buy a military unit in a second. That's also nice. Not within reach. So we have to. We're thinking city out here. And city there. So I mean, to take a quick look, because we want to start hitting next turn a little bit more frequently here as we move along in this video. I like that as a starting spot for a city. I also like Hills. Probably that for a starting city. And I also like probably that for a starting city. So that's 3 there and 2 there is 5. And then of course, you know, maybe 3 cities here and then potentially a couple more there. So we got 10 cities possibly. Oh, geez, and another barb hut. Okay, so once this builder's done, it's probably time for some military units. It's time to make an adaptation. Granary would have been nice. Another settler would be fantastic, but another military unit could be the ticket. Oh, who has the... Oh, this guy has a promotion now. Let's go ahead and get the promotion for Rainforest Woods. Yeah, a slinger purchase is... Or a purchase of something is absolutely a possibility at this point to go deal with those. Yeah, I'm actually going to do it right now. And yeah, we're going to buy a slinger. Next turn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be just about the end of that. I had a feeling when I saw 2 warriors that it might be trouble. Now we know it's a lot of trouble. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Potential of moving that settle to grab the extra couple tiles. I don't know. That is a lot of trouble. Settling that city might have been the push over the edge. Or he might have just been like, you know what? I know where you are. I need to do something. I need land. We're coming for you. Yeah. Divert that to a slinger, that builder, and then we go right to a slinger. With the impending war, I'm going to learn a little bit more information here. Not a lot of improvements. We could get rid of those farms, but not much. going to step there. Boom. That city might be toast. Okay. So, here is a little piece of information. Gilgamesh is very special. Exchanging information on capitals, it doesn't really matter. We're actually going to be friends with him immediately. Yeah, production height. As long as our cities don't get run over. It doesn't really matter because we're actually going to go in and say, yo, Gilga bro, you want to know how much I like you? This is how much. Turn 1, declaration of friendship. Gilga bro accepts it every time. Just like that. Doesn't cost you a delegation, doesn't cost you anything. Now we got a buddy. We're in a lot of trouble, though. We're in a lot of trouble. 100% production or not, we are in a lot of trouble. We're going to pound out the units and pray to God that we can hold on. We're probably going to lose that city. There's a very good chance that this does not go well. But they have to cross over rivers on every attack. Try and damage them as much as we can. Unit needs orders. Ideal terrain. I'm going to go ahead and fortify. I'm going to go ahead and be a pain in the ass. Wow, he's even bringing archers to the game. He is even bringing archers to the game. Now, God of the Forge, are you there? I did not think so. Would have been nice to find God of the Forge there. We do not see it. We do not see any of the ones that we like, unfortunately. We're not seeing a lot of pastures around, even though we're Australia. That's depressing as well. Not a lot of really good options in this case. Not a lot of really good options at all. I mean, there's minimal pastures. 1 or 2 maybe. I honestly just don't even know what to say about what to do for a Pantheon. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Divine Spark is always a solid fallback. That's probably what I would choose here, because it's a solid fallback. It's great for science and culture victories if that's what you're going for. And there's just really not a lot of other options. We don't have pastures to make that useful. We don't have any of this stuff to make this. An extra couple culture on silk or whatever is not going to make that big of a deal. Maybe a couple bananas. By the time you get to that culture will be almost insignificant. Divine Spark is always my fallback. Not great, but we'll take it. There. Right back into Slinger. He's going to build a mine. We'll continue to hit here. We'll just get injuries on everybody. It's not a lot of damage, but it is what it is. This city, if he decides to, I think the city's gone in one, like, almost immediately. The only real option, the only real benefit we have, yeah, there goes the city. The only real benefit we have is the 100% production in the capital.
Positive aspect of trade.
Might save you. It might save you. We don't know. Agogi will help at this point. This guy is going to step out here and take a hit, as well as that guy. There's your archery boost. This guy is going to maintain fortification to combat that hit. Keep going on the slingers for maximum defense. They have a settler right here. We are going to maintain a position where we can try and snipe that, if at all possible. Let's go up here. We'll see what's on south of there. At the end of the day, folks, sometimes when you're playing deity, this is just what happens. Your first 40 turns turn into this. Reason why I stayed there and ran that hit is because he's already injured. He's gonna have to cross the river on the attack. I'll take a big hit, but then I'll retreat, and he will be very, very, very injured, and should be able to grab the kill. I'm gonna have this guy go here. I need that luxury. I'm gonna maintain this. If I go here, he gets a full hit on me right there, which I don't like. Units. He has not moved. I'm gonna go to here. Maybe he'll move that settler if I kind of back off a touch. A nice river down here. I'm guessing that there's a lot of pressure there. I'm guessing that's where this Egypt is. So you can see here they took a lot of damage. We actually were able to get a promotion out of that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this warrior here. I am going to move the slinger that just got jumped out. I'm going to go there. This guy is actually... I see, it's tough. If this guy survives this hit, I feel like if I killed him, hit him, and survived that hit, that's worth it. I'm gonna go for it. He's gonna attack there. He's going to attack there. That hit may kill me, it may not. I'm not sure. It's risk I'm taking. Mostly for science at this point. Another slinger. Spit him out as fast as you can. We're gonna grab the gold and the housing off of that. Away we go. Settler has been sprung free. Met Brussels. There's her right there. Oh, he's stepping away, so he didn't detect that he liked that challenge at all. I'm going to go ahead and take that hit there. And I'm going to go ahead and this guy that's got the experience is going to step out and take his hit on the more energized guy to make sure they're both low. And this guy has, if he gets hit, make a hit twice. If he gets hit twice, he might be, well, I don't think he'll die. And then you'll have a promotion and a counterattack. This guy, I'm going to step this slinger onto this hill. Ideal terrain is good there. I'm also going to fortify here to give adjacency bonuses and defend on ideal terrain. And this slinger is also going to move out. And I'll grab one more slinger. I'll grab one more slinger. At this point, I think you got to go back and grab the deer. It gives me my 3 improved tiles, which will get me craftsmanship faster, which is also fabulous. And... oh. You didn't like my options. I need gold. Yeah, well, yeah, extra gold from the camp will be a little bit of help. It's not fabulous. We just survived this battle here.
May the forces of evil become
Off of that, we grab our promotion. And this guy grabs his promotion. And this guy is going to grab his upgrade. And this guy is going to step to here and push that. Yes, indeed. And then we're going to go here and work towards finding our iron as well. Strictly for military purposes. Craftsmanship is all done. That means we're 2 turns from having a Gogi. You came back to your favorite Civ. Yeah, this is a pretty amazing Civ. Unfortunately, it's not working out too well for us at this point. But it's because you're Australia, and only because you're Australia, it's not necessarily doomsday. Because you have that 100% production, a really strong city, and you could actually turn this around into something very positive. We're going to get a couple kills right here. Like that, and like that. This guy is going to maintain a heal. And it's probably time to start grabbing some warriors. We have enough slingers now. All of our gold is going to be used up for quite a while in order to upgrade those slingers to archers. It's time to start going on the warriors. They've actually... are they in war with somebody else? No. They've eaten up a lot of their strength. They've lost, I think, 4 units now. We're actually right with them on military strength, and we are going to be pushing archers right up their butt. This is actually turning out pretty good, that 100% production push. And now, mind you, it puts you way behind the 8-ball, but essentially, if you can push hard, you can actually come in here and wipe them out, take all their land. There's lots of possibilities. His army is very, very low. The Australian factor of that 100% production is crazy. We're not going to get to 40 turns, of course, because this is just another thing that can happen in the first 40 turns, right? That's the whole point of this series. Sometimes things will go great. You got all the room in the world. You never run into anybody, and you can just play SimCity. Sometimes you've got to negotiate tight quarters. Sometimes you get an early war. You got to deal with it. Lots of things can happen. But this is how things happen. We are in perfectly good position. We have a position for a hit here. Attacking across that river onto a hill will hurt him drastically. Trying to get this guy. Ooh. That archer is going to hurt, though. Shoot. Yeah, it's going to hurt a lot. Yeah, so, I mean, it gives you lots of options for... This series gives you lots of options to see how things happen, how you adapt, how you choose where to put your cities, how to deal with barbarians, how to deal with the early attack. Australia, that unique flavor of each individual civ. This happens to be a really, really good option. So this is you're in really good shape with this play. Really, really good shape. We're gonna cross over here and get the hell away from that guy. Potentially grab that settler. Civics, we've got that now. And we could actually move up here to get our combat bonus. Since we are, that's another adjustment. You like to get to your government, but at the same time, the bonus you're going to get and that flanking bonus, you gotta go grab that. Just gotta do it. That's fantastic. So, He's maneuvering some guys around. He's got some health back there. I'm actually going to move this guy back. I don't want to take a hit from 2 guys there. I am going to play swapsies with these 2. And these 2. This guy needs to heal in the city. This guy needs to hit him. And this guy can just be in position for a counter. And things are actually going pretty good. That puts us past an hour. This is what happens. I have a way bigger military than him. I'm going to be able to just run him over now. He's got very weak cities. We're going to get some warriors going. We're going to spit warriors out, you know, every other turn or every turn. Once we put a Gogi on, don't forget to put your policy on. You get a Gogi on. We'll have warriors every turn. In 5-6 turns, we're going to surround his cities with warriors, and it's over. It's going to be fantastic. And then at that point, then it's spit out settlers, get your cities down. You don't have to worry about him anymore. You'll have all of this land plus all the coastland. Australia is love and life. And that's what happens in the first 40 turns. Thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. I hope you're enjoying the series. Please comment down below anything you have to say about it. Information you may have that maybe changes my mind. I'm always open to learning. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like it if you're liking it. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time. Appreciate you being here. Bye-bye.